There was a time early in my career, I would say I was in my early 20s, so it was probably maybe 1992, 1993, and I was invited to cover an event. It was the unveiling of a new video game. And the night before the event, a bunch of the manufacturers invited me to have dinner with them. And I joined them for dinner. And then afterwards, we all went to the hospitality suite. And that was very, very common back then. Everybody would get together in the suites. They would have cocktail parties. And it was all men. I was the only woman. And all I remember is that I passed out, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I was in the suite, and all I wanted to do was leave and get out of there and put it behind me. I had no memory of what had happened, and I felt like I did something wrong, like maybe I drank too much, and that was why I passed out. And I also knew that I had this event that I had to cover in the morning, and I couldn't let that cloud me. I needed to do my job, what I was sent there to do in the first place. So I really suppressed what happened for many, many years. And keep in mind, this was in the early 90s. And it's amazing the power of the mind and what we can actually do to ourselves when we don't want to remember something that's painful. It wasn't until I would say maybe 2005 when the allegations first came out against Bill Cosby. I would say that was probably the beginning of the Me Too movement. But it triggered something in me. I was listening to these women speak about what had happened, and I thought, oh my God, that was not alcohol. I had to have been drugged. I had no memory. And things started to come back to me. The person who targeted me had spent time earning my trust. We had had chats after dinner at numerous industry events. We had spent time one-on-one in hospitality suites where nobody was around. And he was always extremely respectful. He earned my friendship. He earned my trust. I had no reason to doubt his integrity. As you know, I had owned Vending Times. I was the publisher of Vending Times. I had a forum. I had a column. This was probably now maybe 2017, because the Me Too movement really took off then. It went viral. They had hashtag Me Too. And one of the things that I do want to say that upset me a little bit is that I do think that for as much as women were victims, I think there were other women that got on the bandwagon and tried to take advantage of it, and where they weren't honest about it. And I didn't like that either. So I'm coming at it from both sides of the spectrum. But right now I'm talking, this is not about me. I don't have anything to gain from this other than hoping to empower other women and to let them know that this can happen. But most importantly, that they don't need to be silent and they shouldn't feel ashamed. And when I had the opportunity to write about this, I was afraid that it might hurt my career. And I opted not to do it. And I find it very interesting that this particular question was posed to me this year, 2022, for International Women's Day. And it really struck a chord with me, because I said, discrimination because I'm a woman. If I had been a man and I had been in that hospitality suite, would this have happened to me? Here is an opportunity now to share my experience. And as a woman who just turned 55 years old, I feel courageous. I feel very brave. I actually feel quite comfortable speaking about it. I have nothing to be ashamed of. And another interesting thing that I found for myself is that I didn't ask anyone permission. I didn't even speak to any of my colleagues, my friends, my sister. Should I do this? Should I come out and talk about it? And it speaks a little bit to trusting my instincts and knowing what's right. And my instincts are saying there is a reason that this presented itself right now, that this question came up. And it's not about seeking revenge. I think weak people seek revenge, and strong people forgive. And I am a strong person. So it's not about that. It's about empowering other women that do not suffer in silence, and don't blame yourself, because I did that, and I didn't realize just how much it impacted my life and my trust issues that I had for many years. And it's somewhat cathartic to talk about it. So thank you for that opportunity. And if I can help just one other person, then that makes me very happy. So I am a woman, and I am so proud to have the courage to speak freely and not feel shame, and to empower other women, and to be fearless, and to know that I can make a difference in other people's lives.